My beloved child, listen while your heart is still soft enough to receive a warning. Do not wait until adversity shatters it before you begin to seek comfort. The enemy does not need to break down your door for you yourself often open it to him through your ease and carelessness. As Scripture has written, while people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly. 1 Thessalonians 5:3. Do not let empty, sugary words lull your soul into the deep sleep of illusion, for that sweet silence may itself be the melody escorting you away from eternal life. When my light knocks at your door, it is not an irritating noise, but the final bell awakening you from the brink. Whoever delights in false dreams will never again hear my voice, not until it is too late. People are often afraid to face the truth because it cuts into their pride and strips away the masks they build to console themselves. So they choose a false gentleness, soothing words like sedatives. Yet such sedation does not heal. It only covers the wound until the blood runs dry. I have not come to lull you to sleep, but to shake you awake. This awakening may ache, but it is the pain of life, not the comfort that leads to death. Do you not know? Not everything pleasant is healthy, and not everything that unsettles you is harmful. The world's gentleness is often a silk cloth spread over a trap, while my warning is like a strong wind tearing away the leaves from your eyes. If you only seek what is comfortable, you will forever flee from true light and gradually make the darkness your home. Spiritual death does not strike with sword or spear, but with prolonged sweetness and the slow denial of truth. I tell you, it is often the small things that signal danger. One self-justification, one quiet acceptance of a lie, just to get by. One shrug at wrongdoing is not such a big deal. Piece by piece, these fragments form invisible chains around your soul. My call is meant to stop you before those chains close. If today you can still hear me, that is already grace. If today you still feel pain when I touch a hidden place, rejoice. It means your soul is not yet dead. There are those who refuse to learn from old wounds, clinging blindly to the belief that everyone is as good as they seem. Though they have been betrayed before, they whisper to themselves, "This time will be different." Such stubborn naivety blinds the soul to the danger repeating itself. The wicked need no clever tricks. They rely only on credulity and the craving for easy comfort. I call you out of that naivety, not to rob you of trust in people, but to teach you to place your trust rightly in me, the one who never changes. There are things that grieve me even more than pride, the stubborn innocence of my children. Not because it is evil in itself, but because it becomes a veil over spiritual eyes, leading you astray while you imagine you are guided by light. You keep forgiving repeated wounds, not out of holy mercy, but out of fear of facing the truth that some people are not as good as they seem. I do not reproach you for believing in others. I ache because you repeat the same folly while I am still calling at your ear, a call not sweet but true, a call of salvation. Human hearts are easily swayed by gentleness. Yet gentleness not born of real love is but a tool of darkness. And tragedy lies here when people are wounded. Instead of running to a safe place for healing, they return to the same kind of person who once broke them merely because it feels familiar. Do you see this? It is fear of loneliness and the hunger to be loved that lead many souls to the wrong refuge. But true love does not make you forget yourself. It makes you see your worth through my eyes. Let me tell you about a woman, Delilah, who seduced Samson, the judge anointed by me. She did not shout or wield a sword. She whispered and coaxed with gentle words. Yet that gentleness severed the sacred bond between Samson and me. He thought himself strong, thinking one small secret shared would do no harm. But you know the end. A single act of blind trust in sweetness cost him everything: his strength, his sight, his destiny. And most terrifying of all, he did not realize I had departed from him. That silence marked the end of a chosen soul. I do not want you to become another Samson. You too were once called, once given a promise, once knew the sound of my voice. But your heart's easiness with the world, your repeated refusals of my small warnings are slowly leading you away. Do you still hear me now? That is grace. But I ask you, how much longer will you hear? When a soul chooses to repeat its naivety within deception, the time comes when it no longer perceives wrong as wrong. Stop now, my child. I do not ask you to doubt everyone, but I do ask you to awaken yourself. Pray for discernment. Do not let old wounds become the excuse for staying in toxic ties or for compromising with sin just to keep peace. You do not need to live so pleasing to people that you deny what is right. I love you, and because I love you, I want you to live in truth, not under a pleasant shell full of snares. Do you know what gives darkness its power? Not its skill, but the suspicion cast upon true light. Stubborn innocence creates the perfect silence for darkness to speak. It does not enter by battering the door. It only whispers and waits for you to open. The more you ignore the small signs, the wider you make the passage. One day you will no longer see wrong as wrong, and that is when your soul begins to fall asleep in the soft cradle of spiritual death. If you can still hear me today, know that I am still fighting for you, but I cannot fight in your place. I can knock at the door, but only you can open it. If you still feel discomfort when I touch what you hide, that is the sign you are alive. A dead soul no longer feels pain, but you are not dead yet. So do not let ease and stubbornness kill what is good in you simply because you refuse to awaken. There are fires that do not burn with smoke and flame, but with praise, compromise, and the normalizing gaze that calls wrong ordinary. I cannot bear to see you standing there forever within flames you cannot see, thinking you are safe. From the beginning I lit a small flame in your heart. Do not let naivety bury it under the ashes of lies. I know you are weary. You only want peace. But true peace does not come from hiding. It comes when you dare to stand upright in truth, even when truth hurts. I never stop giving you light, never stop planting gentle warnings in your heart. But light is not enough if you keep your eyes shut. Life cannot enter if you keep your heart closed out of fear of being hurt again. Some doors should not be opened, but some cannot stay closed forever. Your soul is a precious house. If you let strangers walk in and take piece by piece one day, you will have nothing left to guard. Begin again, even with one small prayer, one decision to stop closing your eyes. I stand always at the door, not going away. And when you open, I will come in bringing the light, the discernment, and the peace you have longed for. Darkness never stops. It only waits in silence for you to tire. But I do not leave either. I only need one signal from you. You do not have to be strong to turn back. You only need to be honest. Sometimes the call from heaven does not come as thunder, but as a gentle breeze upon your shoulder. Yet because it is gentle, many dismiss it as an accidental wind. This carelessness toward my quiet reminders is what leads many souls into the abyss without realizing it. Do you know, most spiritual disasters do not begin with some great event, but with indifference to the smallest signs. When you treat my signals lightly, you are closing your eyes to the path of salvation I have already prepared. Long ago in the wilderness, Israel was guided by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. I was present at every step, yet they did not always recognize me. Familiarity dulled their sense, and they began to go their own way, thinking I would follow them. That was when disaster struck, not because I desired to punish them, but because they stepped outside the safety I had marked. In the same way today, you may pray, read my word, and yet shut your ears to the quiet warnings in your soul simply because they make you uncomfortable. The more you tell yourself I'm overthinking, the farther you drift from the river of grace. I know you long for clarity, for instructions like thunder splitting the sky. But I usually speak to you through subtle signs, a friend's counsel, a verse of scripture, an unexpected event. When you dismiss these as coincidence, you erode your own discernment. To be careless with divine guidance is to assume you are wise enough to walk alone. Yet true wisdom is not deciding everything yourself, but listening and being willing to stop when my spirit warns you. Remember King Saul? I sent Samuel with very specific instructions, but Saul thought he could adjust them slightly to suit his situation. That single act of practicality cost him his calling and his crown. The tragedy was not that Saul openly rebelled against me, but that he thought his self-directed choices were wise. You see, disaster does not come only to the openly defiant, but also to the overly confident who take my guidance lightly. My child, I do not want you to become another Saul. I know there is in you a deep desire to do what is right, but there is also a part that craves control. That part whispers, I still pray, I still read scripture. Surely it's fine if I do things my way. But you do not realize that each time you take matters into your own hands, you step away from my shelter. The more you try to control, the more lost you become, for the light I place is not on the road you choose for yourself, but on the road I have already prepared. Learn to pause, my child. When a quiet prompting slips into your heart, do not quench it. When an event makes you stop and reconsider, do not dismiss it. It may be my gentle touch urging you to turn before it is too late. Do not wait for disaster to strike. Do not wait until consequences soften your heart before you come back. Wisdom is not found in overcoming the warnings, but in knowing when to stop. I do not desire to awaken you through suffering, but if you keep ignoring my voice, then suffering itself will become your final teacher. You have seen how this world calls evil good. Today, people easily justify their choices with the phrase, "This is reasonable," yet reasonable does not mean right. You cannot replace the sacred voice with logic. I gave you reason so you could weigh and consider, but you need my spirit to discern. When you cast aside the spirit because you think you have matured, you cut the very cord that ties you to true wisdom. I call you back not to control you, but to keep you safe. My guidance is not a chain, but a rescue net. Like a father holding his child's hand to cross a busy street, I know where danger lurks and where it is safe. But a child who thinks he knows the way will pull his hand away. You may do that, but you will also bear the collision. I do not want you to hurt like that. I want you to learn to trust. Trust does not make you weak. Trust helps you go further. Let your self-confidence become wisdom by turning it into listening. Do not rush forward without praying. Do not rush to speak without discerning. Do not rush to choose without asking me. Every minute you slow down to listen to me can save you a year of wandering. Every small prayer can open a great escape. You think you are late, but I know you are on time. You think you have missed your chance, but I am leading you where you need to be. Let me lead. Do not presume you are strong enough on your own. Hear this last thing I tell you: calamity is not the punishment I wish to send. It is the natural consequence of leaving my shelter. Like a fish leaping out of water, it suffers not because the water hates it, but because it chose to be outside. I do not hate you. I do not tire of you. I only ache to see you wound yourself, and still I will be here every time you call, every time you stop. Neglecting divine guidance does not only forfeit grace, it dulls discernment until the soul drifts asleep in darkness. I do not want you asleep. I want you awake. And when you awaken, you will see your life need never walk in fear but in light. You only need to return, beginning with one small step. Admit that you need to be guided. Sit down here, be still for a moment, and let me say this without alarming you, because you know I never come to sow fear yet. I cannot be silent when your soul is being strangled by the inversion of light and darkness. It is not that today's world no longer knows good from evil. It has grown so accustomed to darkness that it begins to call it another kind of light. People do not reject truth head-on. They bend it to suit their feelings and give it a softer name. Sin is no longer measured by its nature, but by its circumstances. As long as people are happy, they say, and then they use freedom to legitimize every misguided choice. And so light is doubted, darkness is applauded. Do you feel a quiet confusion creeping into your heart? A hidden fog making you unsure of what is truly wrong anymore? You see something off, yet everyone praises it. You read an idea that feels murky, yet millions approve. You begin to doubt the moral sense you once held in reverence. And then you grow silent, not wanting to be labeled old-fashioned, rigid, or intolerant. But I ask you, if salt loses its saltiness, what will season life? Today's sin does not need a red cloak. It only needs the cloak of distorted altruism. People say everyone has their reasons and build on that to dismiss all standards. But truth does not change because your feelings do. Truth cannot be patched to fit the times. When wrong is tinted with compassion to become right, people lose not only righteousness, but also the very ability to feel wrongness. That is the greatest calamity. Do you remember King Ahab and Naboth's vineyard? Ahab wanted that land, but Naboth refused because it was his ancestral heritage. Instead of accepting it, Ahab sulked, and his wife Jezebel plotted false charges, so Naboth was executed unjustly. The whole court stayed silent. Everything was neatly arranged. People called it reasonable. But from above I saw innocent blood seep into the ground, and I told Elijah, you shall say to the king, the dogs will lick your blood where they licked Naboth's. Righteousness is not something men define. It is what I established. My child, I do not recount old stories to frighten you. I tell them so you understand. History repeats only in different forms. Today, Jezebel is not a queen but a spirit, the twisting of good and evil, the bending of truth to serve desire. And Ahab is not just a king but a picture of every faint-hearted soul who does not act directly in evil, but enables it by silence, by bowing the head, by letting things be. Do you see yourself there? I do not blame you if you have been confused. I only want you to awaken. Do not let what is called tolerance blind you. Tolerance is not the harboring of sin. Love does not mean agreeing with everything. You are called to love as I love to love without compromise, to see evil as evil, and to show mercy to the fallen without bargaining with their fall. If you see someone about to fall off a cliff, love is not letting them fall in peace. Love is reaching out even if they resent you in that moment. This world is not only wrong but proud in its wrongness. Small souls are swallowed in the whirlpool of normalizing everything. Yet I am still searching for those who tremble at sin, those who still ache when truth is twisted. If you still feel that ache, guard it as your last small flame. It is the sign you have not been dissolved. You do not need to shout. You only need to stand firm. A faithful heart in an age of confusion is worth more than 1,000 sermons. One person who dares to live truthfully in a crooked world becomes a lamp for others to find their way back. I do not call you to blend in. I call you to stand apart like salt, like light, like a small echo of truth, even if mocked, still alive. The more you stay silent, the louder deception grows. And if light is not raised, high darkness will reign unchecked. You may lose friends, opportunities, the approval of the crowd, but you will keep your soul, and that is the most precious thing. I will never leave you alone when you choose to stand with the light. You may lose some things, but I will repay you with true peace. Not the peace the world gives, but the peace no storm can steal. From here you will see another danger creeping in. When people no longer live by truth, they begin to live by feelings. And when feelings lead, the heart is easily drawn into rage, revenge, seizing justice, forgetting that I alone am judge. But that I will tell you, if you still want to hear. Beloved, destruction does not always come from great sins. A single misstep from discernment, one moment of enthroning emotion, can send an anointed soul sliding into darkness without noticing. I do not say this to scare you, but to make you understand, your enemy does not need to kill you with swords. It only needs to blind you with feelings and swallow you with the righteousness you think you are pursuing. People today do not fall all at once, they drift little by little. They begin to choose what feels right instead of what is truly right. They follow their hearts and then deify them as though the heart never errs. But my child, a heart not guided by my word becomes a broken compass. You think you are doing right, but you are only answering to a passing feeling. And feelings meant to be guests, not masters, have become rulers over many souls. I saw this in Cain. When his offering was not accepted, he did not come back to ask why. He let jealousy take hold. That feeling was not wrong at its start. Jealousy is the instinct of the unloved, but instead of bringing it to me for healing, Cain nursed it in silence. Then it grew into anger, resentment, and finally blood. Abel did not die by a sword, but by an unchecked emotion. Cain did not discern, did not stay alert, did not take the way out when I warned him, sin is crouching at your door. Emotion is a gift, but not a god. I gave you emotion so your heart could be tender, compassionate, moved, but not so you would bow as a slave. When you let feelings lead, you are easily seduced by slogans that seem righteous, easily angered by injustices you yourself misperceive. Then you become the one taking back justice in your own way, instead of entrusting it to me, the only impartial judge. How many are fighting for truth, yet unaware they are being driven by wounds, pride, or vengeance? Discernment is not only for priests or prophets. Discernment is the life breath of all who follow me. Without it, you will accept everything you feel is right. You will be easily manipulated, easily provoked, easily drawn into battles that are not yours. I see many of my children fighting unnecessary wars, stirred by rage, by contagious emotion, by the shouting of crowds. But without my Spirit's light, even the loudest shout is only an echo in a barren desert. The danger does not lie in great deeds, but in no longer examining why you do what you do. Do you share something because it is true, or because it relieves your anger? Do you stay silent because I tell you to, or because you fear rejection? Do you act for the light or for an unhealed wound? Only a watchful, discerning heart dares. Face these questions. The undiscerning simply let the wind carry them proudly, calling it following their heart. Return to the stillness of the Holy Spirit, where your emotions are lifted up for me to sift, where your thoughts are laid under the light of my word to be clarified. You do not need to suppress every feeling, you only need to place it where it belongs. A sanctified emotion becomes a force that propels loving action. But an indulged emotion turns into a blade that wounds your own soul and the souls of others. I do not want to see your spirit scarred by decisions born of deep feeling but lacking the light that comes from me. If you have ever acted rashly and regretted a hasty decision, be grateful for at least you still recognize it. The one to fear is not the weak, but the one who can no longer tell what weakness is. If your heart still stirs with a twinge as I speak of this, it is proof that you are still alive, and I, the Father, full of mercy, am always keeping the door open, waiting for you to return to calmness, discernment, and wisdom. Because after all, when discernment is forgotten and emotion takes the throne, people not only act wrongly, they begin to praise what is wrong. And when falsehood is celebrated, evil is called strength, and wisdom is mocked. But my child, this is what I whisper to you, if your heart is still soft enough to hear it once more. There will be times when you see wrong not merely tolerated but applauded, elevated as symbols of boldness, frankness, and courage. I tell you this not in anger, but with a dense sorrow so deep that even the hosts of heaven grow silent at the sight wisdom slowly being scorned as weakness, while recklessness, noise, and untempered rebellion are hailed as signs of being awakened. You see it now, people applauding anyone who dares to scold, to shout, to overthrow, regardless of whether their words hold truth. Meanwhile, those who choose silence, who choose not to speak to avoid harming, are branded cowards, avoiders, weak. Noise is celebrated, calmness forgotten. The world has inverted its values, and sadly, many of my children are swept into this spiral without even knowing it. True wisdom always walks with humility. And humility, my child, is precisely what this age does not want. It is the age of shouting, of inflated egos, of keyboard warriors, living by their quick strikes rather than moments spent in prayer and reflection. I see people flaunting their folly as if it were a medal. I live authentically. I need no one to teach me, and each such word is a blade against their own soul, though they think they are winning. There once was such a man. His name was Rehoboam, the son of King Solomon, the grandson of David. When he ascended the throne, he faced a people longing for relief after years of heavy service. The elders of the court counseled him, "Listen to the people, be gentle, rule with kindness and wisdom as your father did." But he ignored them. He asked instead his peersmen who had never ruled anyone but their own egos. They advised, "Be harsher than your father, show them who is master," and Rehoboam obeyed them. The result, 10 tribes rebelled, the kingdom split, and the breach was never healed. All because he despised wisdom and called brutality strength. My child, I do not want you to be like Rehoboam. I want you to be the one who dares to choose wisdom even when misunderstood as weak. The one who dares to step back, to remain silent, to resist reacting by impulse, not out of fear, but because you are governed by the wisdom of my Spirit. The world does not teach this. The world teaches you to strike back, to prove yourself, to never let anyone look down on you. But I tell you, let me defend you. Let your silence resound like a holy trumpet, louder than any argument. Wisdom is not weakness. It is a weapon. Only the strong can wield for it. Demands that you restrain your impulses, subdue your ego, and choose to step back 1 pace to preserve 10 paces of peace. The foolish do what they desire and cloak it as authenticity. The wise do what is right even when no one understands, and they cloak it with the noble silence of restraint. If you act only for the applause of others, you are living under their gaze. But if you live by the wisdom that comes from me, even when unseen by the world, you are living under the gaze of heaven. I know you are weary. weary of choosing what no one applauds, weary of living among crowds that praise recklessness, weary of seeing the quiet scorned and the loud exalted. But I say this, do not give up. One day everything will be revealed. All noise will fade, and the very wisdom you guard today will become the radiant crown I set upon your head before the witness of countless angels. And then you will see those who once admired folly will slide deeper still into a place darker, yet where light is utterly rejected and darkness is worshipped as a new god. But that is the final chapter, the culmination, and the greatest invitation I offer you. If you have walked with me this far, walk a little further to see what awaits you on the threshold of your daily choices. Even if you stand now in the great storm of life under unrelenting trials, engrave upon your heart that every word I speak is not mere wind but a lamp for your feet in the night. Do not let your heart doubt or waver at what you cannot yet understand, for some things belong to my wisdom beyond your present sight. Like a tender father, I know each step you take, each fear, each hidden struggle within you. I do not speak empty words to lull you, but build a hedge around your soul like a warm cloak in the night. The more you obey me, the more you will feel yourself wrapped in deep peace, the kind this world cannot give. And it is precisely humility in receiving that will open your soul to what surpasses ordinary understanding, leading you to walk in the light of truth, rather than wandering in the mist of doubt and fear. I know your heart sometimes trembles at my words, for they reach beyond human calculation. But my beloved, never forget that. My love for you is not a distant, cold, or shifting love. It is a steadfast love willing to sacrifice all to keep your soul in peace. Every warning I give is not to bind you or make you afraid, but to free you from snares lying in wait like darkness seeking to swallow light. See each reminder of mine as a guiding cord in the night, as a hand grasping yours when you stand at the edge of the abyss. The wisdom I invite you into is wisdom that leads to life, the source of inner strength you need to face every storm. And as you walk this path with perseverance, you will discover each step is no longer lonely, each breath no longer heavy with fear, for I and my angels are always present. Imagine that in every breath you take, in every moment, waking or sleeping, my angels stand quietly around you like pillars of light. They are not mere symbols, but living realities of the protection I grant you. Their swords are drawn not to threaten, but to fight for your safety. Their eyes never stray, but follow every small movement around you like steadfast sentries upon unshakable walls. You may not see them with your eyes, but your soul will feel the peace they bring. In the darkness where you think yourself most alone, there they are most present. You are surrounded, upheld, sheltered by my power, a truth which, if you hold fast, becomes the strength that keeps you standing firm in every upheaval. Yet, my beloved child, my protection does not erase your responsibility. I have given you freedom, that you may choose to walk in the light or turn to your own dark path. Because you are precious, I do not control you like a puppet. I place in your hands the opportunity to walk in wisdom. If you choose to stay within the safe ground I have shown you, you will know unshakable peace. But if you insist on stepping beyond it, you place yourself where darkness waits, where I can no longer protect you in the way you expect. This is not because I abandon you, but because you have chosen to walk out of my embrace. Then my warnings cease to be a living voice and become only a distant memory in your mind. I do not wish that for you. I want you to understand that every word I speak flows from love, not imposition, so that you may recognize danger before it reaches you. Do not let your mind be clouded by other voices, voices that deny my love and guidance. This world is full of illusions, full of siren calls, sweet as honey yet deadly as poison. They will try to confuse you to make you doubt even my presence. But if you keep your heart faithful to my words, you will gain the power to discern what is true and what is false. That is wisdom, not to know everything, but to recognize what comes from me and what does not. The more you walk in truth, the stronger, more peaceful, and more resolute you become. And then every scheme of darkness will vanish like morning mist under the sun, for it will find no hold left in you. I have not abandoned you in this journey. Whenever you listen, you will find that I not only instruct, but also comfort, uphold, and encourage you. Do not think my warnings are meant to plant fear. No, they are the walls of love I build around you, the reminders to walk awake, the call, not to fall asleep on the battlefield. I do not want you to live in fear, but in awareness, so that from awareness comes courage and confidence, knowing you are not alone. When you pray without ceasing, you are connecting to this inexhaustible source of power, opening the way for my angels to continue their work in your life. This is how you cooperate with my protection, not as a passive bystander, but as a trained and equipped companion. Remember that your journey is not only about escaping harm, but about growing in faith and wisdom. Each time you obey me, you are building a fortress within your soul, a place no power of darkness can breach. Each time you pray, you are sharpening the sword of faith to stand firm in every storm. And each time you choose trust over doubt, you open the door for my blessings to flow into your life like cool water upon a parched heart. You will not only be protected, but lifted up, led to places you never dreamed of. My beloved child, open your heart wide to receive all that I am doing. Do not fear your own smallness or weakness, for it is within that very weakness that my power is revealed. Do not think that I come only to warn you and then leave you to fend for yourself. No, I come to walk with you through every season, every trial. I come to transform fear into strength, to turn doubt into trust. And I have placed beside you not only unseen angels, but also companions in the flesh, people who will uphold and encourage you when you falter. They are living signs of my love, so that you will never feel alone on this long journey. Move forward in humility, but with confidence, for I do not lie, and I do not withdraw my promises. When you stand firm in my word, you will discover a new strength rising within you, one that does not come from your own striving, but from knowing that I am faithful. You will begin to see life with new eyes, no longer seeing only danger, but also opportunities to experience my faithfulness, to become a living witness of my love and power. This is what I desire for you, not only to be protected, but to become a light, a sign of hope in this world of darkness. You may grow weary, confused, or even feel like giving up, but remember that I am holding your hand, guiding you step by step. I know you better than you know yourself, and that is why I speak things to you that you may not immediately understand. Do not fear this. Consider it an invitation to go deeper, to learn to trust more, to discover a new depth of my love. Then you will see that every warning, every reminder, is no longer a burden but a treasure, a map leading you to the peace you have longed for. My beloved child, this is not merely a journey of obedience, but a journey of love. Each wise step you take today lays a stone for a steadfast life tomorrow. Every silent prayer you lift is a cord that binds you to the wellspring of infinite strength. And each time you trust in my word, even beyond reason, you are opening the door for miracles to unfold. I want you to see, to feel, and to live in this reality. You are not alone, you are not abandoned, and you do not face this life by your own strength. I am here, I will remain here, and I will always be here. You need only to listen, to trust, and to walk on, for in that you will find life, peace, and a hope that does not fade. My beloved child, open your heart to receive. My call for every word I speak is not merely advice, but a support for your soul in the coming storm. Do not take lightly what I impart to you, for these are not passing sounds, but echoes of profound love, of the protection I have prepared for you from the beginning. You are walking through a fragile moment, when every choice can become a turning point. For this reason, every gesture and every word you speak now must be rooted in the wisdom and peace I give. Do not rush ahead like one running in darkness without a torch, but walk as one with light to guide your path, so that your feet do not stumble into a pit, your heart does not drift into anger, and your soul does not get caught in the whirlpool of futile strife. Remember that woman, though her words may be sharp and her attitude cold, is only a test, not your destiny. Do not let another's fury cloud your heart, which is pure. Do not reason with a closed heart or trap yourself in the prison of endless arguments. When others are led by darkness, logic is not the key that opens the door. Silence, patience, and a step back become your shield. Be like a quiet stream flowing through stones, contending with none, yet steadfast toward the sea. Be like the seed hidden deep in the soil, accepting winter while awaiting spring. I know your heart longs to explain, to clarify, to speak so as to be understood. But my child, some things require no words, for truth shines brighter than any lamp on its own. Some battles need no swords, for the victory has been decided beforehand. Do not burden yourself with what is not yours to carry. Do not make yourself a soldier in a war I have promised to fight for you. You are not weak when you choose silence. You are choosing the strength of humility. You are not a failure when you step back. You are giving authority to the one who knows every path. Let me be the one to whom you surrender your burdens. Let me be your voice, your strength when you are weak. Believe that justice does not sleep, that every injustice and every lie will be exposed in my light. You once thought you were alone, but I saw you before you were formed. I know even the things you have never spoken. Every tear you shed does not fall to the ground unnoticed, but is held as a treasure by me. You are not alone when you bow your head in prayer at night. Your sighs, your faint whispers I hear, and keep as a mother holds the warmth of her child. Do not let fear or doubt invade your soul, for if I have called you by name, I will protect you to the end. Engrave this upon your heart: my love is not a fleeting feeling like the morning dew, but a hidden fire that never burns out, never dies. Every breath you still take today is proof that I am preserving you. Think of a father standing by the road, arms outstretched, calling to a child running into danger. That is who I am to you now. I do not warn you to confine you, but to preserve your life and your future. Just as a shepherd does not shout to frighten the flock, but to call them back before the wolf's teeth strike, so my words, though they may seem stern, are born of tender love, of a heart longing to see you safe. Do not let your ears hear only severity and miss the gentleness in every word. Do not let your eyes see only the storm and forget the arm reaching out to shield you. That woman with all her schemes you do not yet understand is not greater than my power. All her plans, however cunning, are but fragile threads before my hand. Yet do not underestimate danger, for carelessness can open the way to harm. I speak these things not to make you anxious, but to keep you vigilant, to teach you to walk with open eyes, with a watchful heart still full of love. Do not rely on the wisdom of the world, nor let fleeting emotions make you forget the path I have shown you. Hide yourself in me as a small bird seeks its nest when the storm rises, as a traveler seeks a cave when wind and rain converge. My arm does not grow weary, my shoulder does not break, and the refuge I prepare for you is safer than any fortress on earth. Draw near to me to hear my heartbeat, to receive strength from the wellspring of unending life. When you dwell in me, you will not fear the arrow by day or the sword by night, for my power covers you like a shield, like an unshakable wall. Do not let distance grow between us because of anger, doubt, or self-reliance. My child, when I say remain in prayer, I am not asking for ornate words or complex rituals. I only desire you to open your heart and speak to me as you would to a father, a friend, the one who loves you more than you love yourself. I will listen and give peace that surpasses all understanding to your soul. In prayer, you will find stillness, in the storm strength to stand when the world shakes. You may ask, why must I endure? Why can't I be delivered from this trial at once? My child, there are journeys you must pass through to behold the glory ahead. As gold is refined by fire, and as a seed must die to sprout, so you are in a process of becoming stronger, deeper, more steadfast. I do not leave you in the fire. I am standing beside you, quenching each flame that seeks to destroy your soul. Remember, vengeance does not belong to you. Do not carry hatred like a burden, for it will erode your heart and dry up the life within you. When you release vengeance, you are giving me the authority to act. When you choose forgiveness, you are not weak, but free. Free from the burden, free from the chains of the past, free to move forward. I am the righteous judge, the defender of truth. I know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it best. You are more precious in my eyes than all the treasures of this world. I have watched every step you take, inscribed your name on the palms of my hands, so that I never forget you. When you weep, I quietly grieve with you. When you rejoice, I delight as a father rejoices in his growing child. You are never forsaken, even when you do not sense my presence. I am there silently, shielding you from what you cannot see. My words to you today are not merely a warning, but an invitation to walk deeper into communion with me, to let me be your refuge and your strength. I desire not only to deliver you from present danger, but to teach you peace and wisdom so you do not return to the old paths. I want you to understand that your worth is not defined by how others treat you, but by the love I have for you. Receive these words not with fear but with trust. You need not fear the future, for your future is in my hands. You need not fear those who plot against you, for I have built a wall of protection around you. You need only walk in humility, with your eyes lifted up with a heart full of faith. When you do, no power can pull you out of my hand. My child, remain in the peace I give you, a peace not as the world gives, but from the one who knows all things. Let your heart be tender but not weak. Let your spirit be steadfast but not proud. When you take refuge in me, you will realize you no longer tremble before darkness or threats. You will walk as one who is guided like a child holding the Father's hand across a busy road, not needing to look around, only needing to know that the hand is sure. And one day you will look back on this path and see that it was precisely these warnings today that saved you from the abyss, that it was these stern words today that became the memory of a love greater than every pain. In that moment you will understand more fully about me, about love, about the unshakable wisdom and power. You will recount this story as a witness that the one you trusted never abandoned you, that he turned danger into safety and transformed trials into blessings. Hold on to my words today as seeds planted deep in the soil. Do not fear if you do not see the result immediately, for the seed needs time to sprout. One day peace, joy, and wisdom will bloom and bear fruit in your life. Be patient, believe, and take my hand as you keep walking. I am with you today and forevermore. Though my words to you now carry the tone of warning, hidden within them is a deep love, a gentle care I have reserved for you since the beginning. I do not only desire that you avoid the snares, but that you also learn how to stand firm amid the storms, to recognize the light, even in the deepest darkness. You will no longer be a passive target of others' schemes, but one who sees the path ahead, who walks forward holding tightly to my hand. Do not think that you are alone in this battle. Every moment you breathe, every step you take, I am with you. I see the trembling in your heart, the ache as you ponder what is happening, and the weariness from long battles. Yet do not let that weariness cause you to doubt my love. In your weakest moments, I am nearest to you. In the times you think you are spent, I lift you up with my strength. I am not only the one who warns you of evil, I am the one who upholds your soul and heals the deepest wounds within you. When you keep your heart pure, when you choose to forgive, though you've been hurt, you open the door for my grace to pour in. Forgiveness is not forgetting what has happened, but entrusting judgment to me, allowing me to establish justice on your behalf. You need not respond to injustice by yourself, for I am the God of justice who sees everything hidden in the dark. No lie, no plot can be hidden from my eyes. And I promise you, every scheme raised against you, I will break. Every snare laid for you will close upon the one who set it. You need not carry bitterness, for that burden is heavy and clouds your sight. You only need to hold my hand and keep walking. My child, I know there are nights you lie awake, tears streaming down unseen. There are questions you suppress in your heart. Why did this happen? Why did that person act this way? You wonder if I still listen. Yet even in that darkness, I am whispering, I am here. I am waiting for you to hand me your burdens. Do not hold them too long. Do not let them become chains around your soul. I call you to freedom, to peace, to a life that rises above every wound. You were not created to live in fear, but to be a light in a world full of shadows. I am using these very circumstances to refine you, to teach you to discern my voice among the many noises. This is not merely a lesson for today, but a preparation for your future. You will see that when you learn to listen to me, nothing can lead you astray. I will place in your heart a peace like a sweet, unending stream. That peace will be your sign, your quiet yet powerful voice pointing to the right path. When you stand at a crossroads, do not decide hastily. Because of outward appeal, do not be swayed by the sweet words of others. Listen to the deep sense within you. If my peace departs from you, that is the moment to turn back. If my peace remains, that is when you can go forward. You do not have to find your way through this maze alone. I am the lamp that lights each of your steps. I also want you to remember that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is walking forward even while fear trembles in your heart. Courage is taking my hand and saying, I trust you more than this fear. When you choose to follow me against the wind, you will see my strength rising within you. This is not only external protection, but inner transformation. You will find your soul maturing, your heart steadfast, your eyes discerning. You will learn to love without being exploited, to trust without being blind, to show compassion yet remain wise. This is the journey I lead you on to make you into the light I placed within you. Do not be surprised when I close a door. Do not be dismayed when I prevent you from returning to old places. Every door I close is a promise of protection. Every path I call you away from is preparation for something better. Sometimes you cannot yet see it. Sometimes all you see is emptiness, but I see the whole picture. I see the larger canvas you cannot yet perceive. Trust me even when you do not understand. Stand firm even when you do not yet see the outcome. It is in those silent moments that I am working. It is when nothing seems to happen that I am clearing the way for you. Remember the times I have rescued you before. When you thought you could not endure, I made a way. When you were surrounded by fear, I came and brought you out. When you believed everything was over, I began something new. I am still that same God today. I do not change. My power does not diminish. My love does not fade. You can rely on me, not just today, but tomorrow and every day after. You belong to me, and no one can take you from my hand. Do not let bitterness take root in your heart. Do not let hatred become the force that drives you, for that force leads to destruction. Let love and wisdom guide you. Let compassion make you different. Forgiveness is not foolishness. It is a powerful weapon that keeps the enemy from controlling your soul. When you keep your heart pure, you are making room for me to dwell for, my grace to overflow. And when my grace flows over you, no plan can bring you down, for you do not stand on your own strength, but on mine. My child, remember this warning is not to make you tremble, but to equip you. It is like a father's hand on his child's shoulder before a long journey, not to restrain, but to protect. It is like a mother's gaze following each step of her child, not to control, but to shelter. I am that one to you. I am both stern and tender, both warning and uplifting. You can feel my nearness even now. Even when the storm outside roars, my peace still covers you. Even when schemes are woven around you, my plans for you remain unshaken. Step forward not only with courage but with gratitude, grateful that I am teaching you, equipping you, leading you in wisdom. Grateful that you are not abandoned, grateful that you are being prepared for a brighter, steadier future. This is the time for you to learn to become the one I destined you to be. Strong, yet gentle, wise, yet humble. One who can stand in the storm, yet remain at peace. This is why I speak to you at such length and detail. It is because I love you too much to be silent while you approach danger. It is because I believe you can rise up and become victorious, not by your own strength, but by mine. Even as you read these words, my presence surrounds you. Even as you breathe, my breath is with you. You are not only being protected, you are being prepared. You are not only being warned, you are being lifted up. Hold this as a treasure. Keep it in your heart as a seed so that when storms come, you will not be shaken. And when you stand firm through this trial, you will look back and know that it was I who led you through. You will see my hand more clearly in your life, and your faith will grow stronger and deeper than ever. Beloved child, open your heart now to receive my words, for I do not speak in vagueness or from afar, but speak to you with the breath of life itself, with a heart beating in love for you. I formed you with my powerful hand in the hidden place no one sees. I keep your breath as a mother cradles a dewdrop at dawn. I speak to you today not only to warn, but to call you back, to lift you out of the pit of error. For these days are darker than ever. Time is passing swiftly, truth is being twisted, and light is being veiled by the night of lies. In such a world, two paths unfold before you, one leading to fullness of life, another to destruction. A voice from the light calls your soul into peace, but there is also a whisper from the darkness, alluring and enticing, leading you to ruin. Many longing for freedom, but not knowing what true freedom is, have run after that voice from the darkness. They think that breaking every boundary, casting off every discipline, denying every truth is freedom. But in reality, they are binding themselves with invisible chains, walking toward collapse. I tell you truly, no one follows the evil one and finds peace. No one runs after darkness and keeps light in their heart. The path it draws may appear gentle and smooth at first, glittering with promises and pleasures, but its end is the abyss of loneliness and despair. Those sweet promises will turn into shackles. Those dazzling gifts will become ashes in the mouth, and your soul will dry up like parched land without rain. But my child, I have not left you stranded at these crossroads. I have shown you the path to life. I have sent prophets to light the way, given you my word to guide you. That light is not only for others, but for you, that you may choose life, that you may not fall into the deep darkness of your soul's enemy. Look around you. This world is filled with deception, with wealth, fame, and power like sweet traps. People strive and quarrel like children fighting over a game, forgetting their souls are withering. I call you out from that crowd to stand firm in the light. Do not think the path of life is rigid, joyless, or lacking freedom. No, it is there that you will find true freedom, where you are no longer ruled by desire, no longer blinded by lies. True freedom is not doing whatever you want, but having the strength to choose what is good, to stand firm in truth, to love without fear. The path of life does not promise fleeting glitter, but it promises you a heart at peace, a soul strong, and a hope that never dies. There you will drink from the pure stream, sit under the shadow of my arm, and rest in a peace no one can take from you. I understand that you are living in a world full of challenges. Pressures rise around you like raging waves, lies spread like fire, and at times you no longer know what to trust. But remember this: I have been with you since before you even knew how to call my name. I upheld you in the darkness, I carried you through the barren days, I wiped your tears when no one else saw. Today I am still here, still whispering within your heart, calling you to choose life. Do not wait, do not hesitate, for time does not wait for you. These are urgent days, and my call is more pressing than ever. Remember, the enemy of your soul does not only wish to lead you astray, it seeks to drive you to despair, to make you believe there is no way out. It wants you to think that darkness is all there is, that light is only an illusion. But my child, the light is real, and the darkness cannot overcome it. If you return, you will find me waiting, not to condemn you, but to embrace you, to heal you, to guide you on a new path. That path will not be easy, but it is real. It holds water for the thirsty, bread for the hungry, and hope for the hopeless. My child, I have placed within you a heart that knows right from wrong, and I have kindled within you a small flame of truth. Do not let that flame be extinguished. Guard it, nourish it with my word, with prayer, with turning back to what is good. Look to the mirror of those who went before you, those who chose the light and now partake of eternal life. They were not perfect, but they trusted me. They clung to my word when storms arose. You too can be like them. You too can walk the path of life if you open your heart. Beloved child, I know you are weary. I know you have fallen many times, that you have often heard the call of darkness. But today I say to you, it is not too late. No matter how far you have gone, I can still draw you back. No matter how many times you have wandered, you can begin again. Do not think you are too stained, too weak to return. I have seen it all, and I still love you. My love does not wear out with time, nor diminish because of faults. I love you not because you are worthy, but because I am the Father, and you are my child. Do not let the world blind you. Do not let empty promises make you forget the truth. Do not let false lights make you forget the true light. Return, listen to the call of the light. Choose the path of life, a path that may be hard at first, but leads to glory that never fades. Walk forward with faith, even if only small steps. I will walk with you. I will not leave you alone. I will not let you be lost in the night. Child, remember, darkness has no power over you when you hold my hand. Chains will fall, fear will vanish, shackles will be broken. You will rise with new strength, with a new heart, with new eyes to see the truth. You will no longer be a slave to the evil one, but free in the light. All this is real, but only if you choose. I do not force you, for true love never coerces. I only call, invite, and wait. The decision is yours. But today, at this very moment, I am stretching out my arms for you. Do not let the world's wisdom deceive you. Do not think that what many do must be right. The wide and crowded road does not always lead to life. Sometimes the narrow road, the road few travel, is the road of life. Walk it with courage, for I am going ahead to lead you. I have poured my light to illuminate that path. I have left my footprints on the earth for you to follow. Therefore, beloved child, today choose life. Choose the light, choose me. Do not let time slip by in vain. Do not let the darkness claim your soul. I love you, and I am calling you home. My path does not end in hell, but leads you to the Father's house, where you will find rest, life, and joy unending. My path holds no chains but open arms, no ashes but the bread of life. Come, my child, return, and you will know what true life, true freedom, and true peace are. Though my voice has echoed countless times in the heart of humanity, calling them back to the light, so many have shut their hearts like rusted iron doors, allowing darkness to seep into every crevice of their souls. I have stretched out, my arms open the way for them to step into abundant life where there is no more weeping, no more pain, yet they turn their backs chasing after illusions as fleeting as mist born of earthly desires. They seek satisfaction in the entertainments of sin, believing that this fleeting pleasure is freedom, yet in truth, it is an invisible prison slowly tightening around their souls. In the darkness of deception, they drink in the sweet words dripping like honey from the lips of the enemy of their souls, unaware that behind the sweetness lies the venom that kills both body and spirit. The devil, the deceiver, from the beginning, continues weaving intricate webs of temptation, disguising destruction in the glitter of power, pleasure, and false freedom. Like a cunning fisherman, it hides the sharp hook within the fat bait, so that the greedy do not see the price they must pay. It whispers into their ears words of supposed freedom. Live for yourself, pursue your desires, take control of your destiny. But it does not say that this road leads to the abyss, where no light shines, where the soul finds no comfort. It once deceived the first humans, promising them divine knowledge, but what it gave was only shame, the nakedness of a wounded conscience, and a fear they had never known before. Its promises always wear a splendid cloak, but inside they are full of rot. It promises freedom, but that very freedom becomes heavy chains dragging people to ruin. It promises life, but it plants in the soul the seeds of death, which once sprouted, slowly wither the soul without them realizing it. Even now, after generations, it still uses the same old tricks, only changing the outer covering to hide its unchanging nature. It murmurs sweet invitations like a lullaby of enchantment. Do as you wish. Take what you desire. Follow your heart. But the human heart is full of greed, pride, and weakness. When they follow that call, they do not know they are sinking deeper into the spiral of destruction. O wandering souls, do you not see? Its broad road strewn with flowers is but a mask covering sharp stones and deep chasms. It makes you think you are walking a glorious path, but in truth you are stepping into the darkness of ruin. It plants in you the thought that present pleasure matters more than eternal peace, that fleeting moments of satisfaction are worth more than lasting joy. It makes you believe that light is a chain and darkness is freedom. Yet when you open your eyes, it is too late. Chains already clasp the wrists of your soul. The freedom you thought you held turns out to be mist vanishing at dawn. I have revealed my Son, he who is the door, the way, the truth, and the life, to lead you out of the labyrinth of darkness, yet many still turn away. I have set before you life and death, blessing and curse, and called you to choose life, but you freely choose darkness. I do not compel, for true love does not imprison. But I weep for your souls, for I see the path you are taking. I see the abyss at its end. I see the emptiness awaiting you where you think you will find joy. You do not realize that my love is not a chain, but wings. My word is not a shackle, but a light for your path. My presence is not a prison, but a place of refuge and peace amid life's storms. But the evil one has skillfully distorted this truth, turning it into a twisted image in your minds, so that you fear me, avoid me, and run to it. It knows that once you are separated from me, your soul will wither like a branch cut from the vine, easily swept away by the storm. And even now, in this very moment, I am still calling. My call is not the thunder's roar, but the gentle wind whispering in your souls, inviting you to return. I still stand at the door of your heart, patiently knocking, waiting for you to open. No matter how many times you turn away, I do not abandon you, but I cannot enter unless you open the door, for love never forces. It only waits, gives itself, longs to be received. Look at the world today, how many have fallen in the whirlpool of desire, power, and deception. How many souls thirst for something greater, yet seek it in the wrong places. They are like the thirsty at sea, drinking salt water only to grow thirstier. They chase false lights only to be left in darkness. They think themselves wise, but that wisdom is folly before me. I do not say these things to condemn, but to awaken, to rouse your soul from its long sleep. For even in your most lost moments, I still love you. I have loved you before you ever existed. I gave my Son to redeem you from darkness, to break the chains the evil one placed upon you. But if you close your eyes to the light, you will never see the way home. If you close your ears to the call, you will never hear the truth. O wandering soul, the time has come to awaken. Do not let deceit lull you any longer. Do not let false power, false freedom, and fleeting pleasures steal your eternal life. Return, for the door is still open. Draw near, for my hand is still outstretched. Choose life, for I am life. Do not be afraid, for I do not condemn you. I long to save you. Look deep into your heart and recognize my voice, the voice of the one who loves you more than his own life. Because the devil cannot give you what it does not possess. It has no life, therefore it cannot give life. It has no freedom, therefore it cannot give freedom. It has only darkness, death, and bondage. It can only give you what belongs to itself. But I am the everlasting one, the source of life, of true freedom, of the unfading light, and I give these not to bind you, but to set you free. My love is not a baited hook, but a willing offering, so that you may have life. Therefore, O soul who hears, do not let yourself be deceived any longer. Do not let its false promises drag you down into the abyss. Do not let yourself become a slave to what you thought was freedom. Open your eyes to see the truth. Open your heart to receive the light. I have revealed my Son so that you may live, and that door remains open until you step through it. But no one knows the day or the hour when it will close. No one knows when it will be too late. Choose today. Choose life. Choose light. Beloved child, listen and inscribe these words upon your heart as you would a silent hymn, for what I speak is not to sow fear, but to awaken your soul from the long slumber into which the world has lulled you. Do not think that such snares belong only to distant others. They are the fine threads your enemy spins each day, each hour around your steps, within your gaze, in your words, in the desires you believe harmless. The enemy does not appear as a monstrous beast, but transforms itself into what you love, what you crave, the glories you dream of. It is the whisper in the dark, the honeyed voice in your loneliness, the hand outstretched when you are weak, the false light brighter than the dawn. But remember that light is only a reflection of the deepest darkness, and that hand reaches only to pull you down. It does not need to seize your life at once. It only needs to draw you away from me, little by little, until when you finally look back, you find yourself lost in a night so thick, you no longer know the way home. Never think your own strength is enough to overcome it. The human heart without me is a deserted city, where the darkness seeks every corner for shelter. When love no longer burns within you, when faithfulness wavers, when humility is replaced by pride, the gates of your soul stand open, and it enters not with loud clamor, but with steps soft as wind. It sows in you the seed of doubt. It waters that seed with reasons that seem sound, with sweet justifications. It makes you believe sin is trivial, that all things are permitted, that nothing is serious. Yet like a vine whose roots are eaten by worms, your soul withers without your noticing until the sweet fruit turns bitter. My child, this is its craft, and millions of souls have been drawn in this way. It knows its time is short, therefore it is fiercer, subtler, more cunning than ever. It hates me but cannot touch me, so it strikes at what I love most, you, the souls I have shaped with my own breath. It sees my image in you and rages. It seeks to distort that image, to turn it into a twisted shadow reflecting its own darkness. It creates nothing new, but only destroys, distorts, and perverts. It pours into your heart a deadly honey, the promises of power, freedom, pleasure, revenge. Yet all of these are but a passing wind, and when you reach out to grasp them, they vanish, leaving within you an emptiness heavier than chains. You will find yourself thirstier after drinking its water, hungrier after eating its bread, more lost after walking its path. Child, hell is not a joke nor a tale to frighten children. It is utter loneliness, the infinite distance from me, the yearning to love, without the power to love, the longing for light, while only darkness closes in. It is not a place of ruling, but of stripped power, where honor is crushed and laughter turns to unending weeping. It is where time stands still and regret stretches into eternity. And the greatest pain is not fire or darkness, but the loss of me, the one who formed you, loved you, and waited for you. Do not let yourself go there. Do not let your heart become dry, cracked earth where the seed of life cannot take root. I have seen countless souls who thought themselves strong, wise, in control, yet they fell into this net. At first they believed they were only stepping a little off the path I had marked, but that one step led to 2, then 3, until they could no longer see the light behind them. And when the darkness fully engulfed them, only then did they realize they were lost. My child, do not wait until that moment. Return while you can. Hear my voice while you still can. Let me be the light within you, the fire guiding your steps, the breath that lifts you to stand. I do not leave you to fight alone. I give you the armor of light, the sword of truth, the shield of faith. Do not fear weakness, for in your weakness I make you strong. Do not fear darkness, for as long as you hold, my hand darkness cannot consume you. Do not be ashamed for having strayed, for I am always waiting, always seeking, always calling. You need only turn back, open your heart, whisper, "Save me," and I will be there without delay. Remember this, my child, life is not merely days slipping like sand through your fingers, nor only earthly dreams and achievements. All you see, however beautiful, is fleeting. Only the soul is eternal only. My love does not fade. The enemy wants you to forget this, to set your heart on what passes away. But look further. Live for what is greater. Hunger for what is beyond all things. Let your heart become a temple, not a den of thieves. Let your soul be my dwelling, not the hiding place of darkness. Do not think my invitation is too hard. You need only make one choice each day. Choose light over darkness, forgiveness over hatred, humility over pride, love over selfishness. You will stumble, but I will lift you. You will tire, but I will strengthen you. You will feel lost, but I will show the way. Do not let failure discourage you. Do not let the enemy's lies convince you I have abandoned you. I have never abandoned you and never will. And when you hold fast to faith, you will see the enemy tremble. It cannot endure the light within you. It will try to make you doubt yourself, doubt me. But if you cling to my word, you will overcome. It may test you, but it cannot touch your soul when your soul belongs to me. It may threaten, but it cannot win. You belong to the one who has conquered, and that victory is not some distant future, but was established from the beginning. The lake of fire, the darkness, all of it was prepared for it, not for you. You were created for light, for peace, for love. Let these words not only sound in your ears, but rest in your heart. Remember that each day you live is an opportunity to choose a different path, to return, to step out of darkness. Do not despise the small things, for the enemy begins with small things, but the light also spreads from small things. Let every word, every thought, every act become a prayer, a step toward the light. And as you walk in the light, you not only save yourself, but become a lamp to guide other wandering souls. My beloved, this is my word to you today. Remember it, live it, pass it on. Let your heart be steadfast as a mountain, yet gentle as a river in love. Let your eyes see deeper than the surface. Let your hands lift rather than push away. Let your soul be free in truth, not in illusion. For only in truth are you truly free, and only in love do you truly live. This is both a warning and a promise. I do not only warn you of darkness, I give you light so that you need not fear. I do not only speak of hell, I invite you to step into heaven today, not as a distant place, but as a state of the soul, as peace in trial, as joy in suffering, as hope in despair. Believe this, and as you believe, you will see darkness recede, light rise within you, and your heart become my dwelling forever. O my beloved child, you must know that nothing grieves me more than to see the souls I shaped with my own breath choose to leave the light and plunge into darkness where only ruin and despair await. I did not create humankind to watch them destroy themselves, but I gave them the gift of freedom so that they might willingly choose love and truth. It was for love beyond measure that I sent my Son, not as a distant symbol, but as a living escape from the chains of sin to open the way to eternal life. That way has been laid, that light has shone, but if people close their eyes to it, cover their ears to it, they step into the trap the enemy has prepared. This is not my will. Rather, it breaks my heart like a father watching his beloved child run into fire while ignoring his warning. Understand this clearly: the kingdom of the devil is not built on true power, but only on lies, on empty promises, and glittering illusions. It tempts with sweet words that humans can gain all without cost, that they can worship themselves and still find peace, that there is no judgment, no heaven, no hell, that all is an illusion, a story invented to control them. But I, your Creator, tell you the truth: there is judgment, there is heaven, there is hell. People may deny it for a moment, but truth stands like a rock before the storm. My justice cannot be bribed or twisted. My mercy is vast, but never cancels my holiness. That holiness is the foundation of this universe, and every soul will face it one day. Those who cling to sin, rejecting my mercy, have chosen the devil's side and will go where it goes. This is not revenge, but the inevitable consequence of choice. For light and darkness cannot unite. Truth and lies cannot walk the same path. Those who follow it bear unmistakable signs to the eyes of the discerning. They love darkness and hate light. They call evil good and good evil. They mock the holy and exalt what is shameful. They silence the voice of their conscience until it speaks no more. Like one who freezes his own heart, they turn their soul to stone, no longer trembling at truth, no longer repenting of sin. And in that hardness they pursue pleasures that silently destroy their own soul. My child, look closely at the tragedy of sin. It blinds the eyes even as it hardens the heart. They think they see, yet they are blind. They think they are alive, yet they are slowly dying. It whispers in their ears, "You are wise, you are free," even as it binds them with invisible chains they cannot perceive. It wears the glittering garment of freedom, yet hidden within is deep enslavement. It disguises itself as knowledge, yet it leads to ignorance. It convinces them they are in control, while in truth they are being controlled. This is the deepest tragedy. The deceived do not know they are deceived. The falling do not know they are falling. They do not see the abyss opening beneath their feet until it is too late, until the last light has flickered out, until my final call has become a distant echo they can no longer hear. My child, let these words be etched deeply into your heart, not to make you tremble in fear, but to awaken you, to help you discern what is life and what is death, what is true freedom and what are false chains. Remember that every choice you make today opens a road into tomorrow. Look around you. The world is full of those who believe themselves wise but are blind to the truth, full of those who think they are free but are in fact bound by their desires, their passions, their lies. I do not want you to walk that path. I have given you light, I have given you truth, I have given you a way out. Choose to walk in that light, and do not let any sweet-sounding words pull you away from the peace I have prepared for you. The words I speak are not threats, but warnings born of love. I do not desire that anyone should share the fate of darkness, nor that any soul should be lost. My heart still beats for them. I am still calling them back. My arms are still outstretched. I am still waiting for them to recognize the truth before it is too late. Yet every soul has the freedom to choose, and it is that very choice which determines their destiny. Therefore you must understand, be wise, and listen. Keep your heart soft, your ears attentive, and your eyes clear. Love the light, do not love the darkness. Honor what is holy, do not glorify what is unclean. Let your conscience always echo the voice of truth, and do not allow it to fall silent under the weight of small but persistent compromises. If you walk in this wisdom, you will not only be protected, but will also become a lamp to guide others. You will become a living reminder in a generation blinded, so that they may see the light and have a chance to turn back before it is too late. This is what I desire of you, not only to save your own soul, but to become an instrument for the salvation of others. Let my light within you shine in the darkness, so that all may see and understand that truth still exists, that the way out is still open, that my mercy still waits. You cannot know how many souls may be saved by a single word, a single act, a single faithfulness of yours in listening to and obeying my voice. I tell you these things not to burden your heart, but to prepare you, to equip you, so that you may walk as a soldier of the light in this age. The enemy will continue to deceive, continue to clothe itself in new garments, continue to pour false promises into the ears of the world. But you, my child, stand firm. Do not waver. Do not let that falsehood touch your heart. Remember, truth never changes, light never fades, my word never loses its power. When you hold fast to my word, you will see all things clearly and will no longer fear the darkness, for you will know you are standing upon the unshakable foundation of eternal truth. My child, all these things I speak are not to plant fear, but to awaken hope. For there is still time, still opportunity, still an open door for those who long for truth. I am still calling, still inviting, still extending my arms to welcome every soul that turns back. I want you to know this, so that you may not only keep yourself, but also become a voice in the night for those who are lost. This is a time of awakening, of wisdom, of choice. Do not take it lightly. Do not sleep in the comfort of the present. Rise up, be strong, walk forward, for I am with you, for my truth never fades, and for the light I have given you will lead you through every darkness until the day you behold my glory in its fullness. Beloved child, amid the noise of the world, amid the crowded sea of people jostling for gain, fame, and vanity, I am still whispering your name. I call you not to place you in a hidden corner, but to lift you up, to set you upon a firm foundation where no storm can overthrow you. I want you to step out of that blind current, out of the crowd rushing toward the abyss, without knowing it, out of the murmurs of deception that are enchanting so many hearts. You are called to be different, not to boast or exalt yourself, but to be pure, to be a light in the night, to be a signpost for those who are lost to find their way home. I do not promise you a path strewn with roses, but I promise you a path that leads to true life. That path is narrow, few dare to walk it, but it is its very narrowness that gives it beauty and worth, for only the courageous dare to enter it. Only the humble hearts endure it to the end. You will have to pay a price. I do not hide this from you. You may lose friends, lose reputation, even lose the safety of your own life in the eyes of the world. But everything you think you lose will become what you no longer need for. I will give you a treasure that no one can steal, a life untouched by death, a peace that no power can exchange. The path I open is not painted with false promises, nor polished with fleeting glories as the world does. It is woven with truth, with love, with unchanging steadfastness. You will walk through days of trial, through moments when you feel alone, but with every step I go before you, clearing the way, lifting you up, shielding you. Remember that every hardship today is but a small fragment of the greater picture I am painting for your life, and each scar upon that journey will become a testimony to your strength in days to come. Do not set your eyes on those who boast in power. Do not compare yourself with those flaunting wealth or influence, for these things are illusions, like foam, dissolving under the morning sunday. I see their end. I know where they are heading. I know every word they whisper in darkness, every plan they plot in secret. Do not let your eyes be clouded by outward glitter. Do not let your heart be swayed by mocking laughter. Their wealth will scatter like dust. Their power will slip through their hands like dry sand. Their names carved on stone will be erased by time like words on the shore before the tide. You need not envy nor fear. Walk steadfastly, for at the end of this path, eternal life awaits you. At the end of this path, there is no regret, no loss, only the fullness of joy that the world cannot give and cannot take away. My child, let your eyes look beyond the present. Do not stop at what unfolds before you now. The time of the wicked is like a shadow moving across a wall, like a breath vanishing before dawn. What they build seems solid, but it is only a tent raised in the night wind gone by morning. The day will come when all hidden things will be laid bare before my light, when the secrets they conceal will be uncovered, when every word spoken against me and my people will rise as testimony against them. I overlook nothing. I do not sleep through injustice. I do not let falsehood triumph over truth. Believe that my justice is never delayed, even when your eyes cannot yet see it. And on that day, those who once mocked, threatened, flaunted their power, will stand naked before me, with nothing to defend them. No wealth, no fame, no cunning will save them. Every excuse will die on their lips. Every false authority will crumble to ash. They will step into the place prepared for the devil and his followers, a place where darkness has no exit, where the sound of weeping and gnashing of teeth echoes, where their pride becomes the very chains that bind them. Look at this and keep your own heart pure. Do not let yourself be swept away. My child, when I call you out of the crowd, I do not call you into loneliness, but to bring you into companionship with me. I invite you to walk with me, to tread the narrow but solid path where your feet will not slip, because I uphold you where every step has meaning, because it leads you to the source of eternal life. Walk with the faith that nothing you sacrifice for me will ever be in vain. Every tear you shed today will become a pearl adorning the crown of glory tomorrow. Every mocking word you endure today will become a song of victory, resounding on the day you reach the finish. Every loss you bear today will become an honor no earthly throne can match. Beloved child, I know you may grow weary. I know your feet may tremble as you leave the safety you have known, as you resist the opposing wind. But remember, it is in your weakness that my strength is made perfect. You do not walk alone. I not only call you out, but also lead you in. I not only draw you out of the crowd, but bring you into the place of peace, into the place of pure joy, into the place where no storm can touch your soul. Do not fear the narrow path, for that path is the way into life, into peace, into the eternal joy your heart longs for. Listen for my voice in every breath you take. Let my word become the lamp to your feet, the compass for your way. Do not let confusion lead you astray. Do not let the rejection of others make you forget my voice. Do not let the shadow of trials obscure the light of hope. You are stepping into a journey whose value far surpasses your present understanding. And one day when you look back, you will see that everything I said today was not a burden, but wings lifting you over the abyss, a door opening into new horizons. Beloved child, I call you today not with a whip, but with love, not to frighten you, but to give you hope, not to bind you, but to set you free. I want you to understand that though the path I lead you on may demand sacrifice and patience, the reward at the end is worth far more than all. I want you to believe that when you choose me, you have chosen life, chosen peace, chosen a joy no one can take away. My child, be courageous, be steadfast, keep your heart pure and your eyes lifted upward. Do not let anything in this world draw you away from me. Do not let the words of the wicked make you falter. Do not let the glitter of this world cause you to forget eternal worth. You belong to me. I have called you by name. I have chosen you. And I will never abandon you until you have walked the full path and received the reward I have promised. That is why I am reminding you even now, not to make you afraid, but to awaken you so that your soul is not deceived by outward splendor. Do not let envy of the wicked enter your heart. Do not look at their outward prosperity and think it is a blessing. Do not imagine their success is enduring or joyful. You do not know the darkness that rules their souls. You do not know the price they pay for what they hold. Do not let the false light of the world dim the true light of mine within you. You do not belong to them. You belong to me. You have been called out of that whirlpool to be different, to keep your heart pure, to not trade your soul for fleeting satisfactions. Remember that the lies of the wicked come not only as direct whispers, but also through sweet words, harmless seeming promises, and opportunities that glitter like gold. This is how he lures you, not with truth, but with what appears true. Do not let yourself be drawn into their circle. Do not walk the paths that lead to destruction. The farther you stand from them, the more you are protected. The purer your heart remains, the clearer you will hear my voice. Do not think your own strength can overcome them. It is I who empower you so that you are not subdued by the bait. Stay close to me as one sheltered in shade at noon, as one in a solid house amid the storm. Let your eyes remain fixed on my Son, the one who has gone before you on this road. He is the model, the light, the assurance that the path I lead you on is not hopeless. You do not grope in darkness, nor face contrary winds alone. When you keep your eyes on him, you will see truth among many falsehoods. When you place your feet in his footsteps, you will walk steadily on slippery ground. Let my Holy Spirit guide your every step. He is not only the gentle whisper within your heart, but also the strength that lifts you when you fall, the wind that propels you when you falter, the fire that burns away all deception around you. The Holy Spirit will open your eyes to see what is a trap and what is true. He will warn you when bait draws near, He will keep your soul from being enchanted by passing things. You only need to let him lead, not harden your heart against him. The enemy cannot snatch you from my hand when you cling to me. He has no power over you unless you grant it to him. He can only set bait before you, using your own desires to deceive you, using whispers to cloud your mind. Remember, you are not required to take what he offers. You can refuse. You can turn away. You can say no in my strength. You are not alone in resisting him, for I have placed my spirit within you. It is he who makes you strong, he who grants discernment, he who brings my words to your remembrance in your weakness. When you are tempted, do not be silent. Do not struggle on your own. Call upon my name, for my name is a strong fortress, a place where you may run and be safe. When you call me, I will come. When you cry out, I will hear. You do not call in vain. You do not plead into the dark. I am waiting to strengthen you. I am the inexhaustible source of power. I am your shield against the arrows of the enemy. I am the fortress in which you may take refuge. I protect you not only from what your eyes see, but also from what your eyes cannot see. You will never fully know how many snares I have stopped for you along your path, but one day you will realize I was there in every moment. My child, do not think you are too weak to stand firm. It is precisely your weakness that makes you need me, and when you need me, my strength is made perfect in you. You do not have to rely on your own ability. You do not have to fight in your own strength. You can stand because I uphold you. You can overcome because I have overcome for you. You can be at peace because I cover you. And when you realize this, you will no longer fear the wicked. You will look at them with compassion, not envy. You will understand their prosperity is only temporary, while the blessing you hold is eternal. Therefore, keep your mind awake. Do not let lies creep in. Do not let envy cloud your eyes. Do not let temptation become chains. Stay close to me. Look to my Son. Let my Spirit lead you. Resist the whispers of darkness. Call upon my name and you will see me act. You will see that I am your strength, your refuge, the one who guards you through every moment. You are not alone, not abandoned, not left to carry everything yourself. You have me, the one who has loved you from the beginning and will love you to the end. Beloved child, engrave these words in your heart, for they are not words of threat, but the evident truth of the soul. The enemy never loves those who follow him. He cannot love. He only uses exploits and manipulates like a predator playing with prey before devouring it. He mocks the pain of the deceived, treats their loyalty as a toy, and finally discards them like broken tools. Do not think he will respect you. Do not think he will keep his promises, for from the beginning he has been a liar, a murderer, a rebel. Everything I created, everything of life and light he hates. He hates you as he hates me. He longs to drag you down with him and make you a prisoner of the same abyss into which he was cast. This is his nature, cruel, deceitful, destructive, and unending in hatred. Understand, this is not a message easy to hear, but it is the truth that frees you from the fog of deception. I do not speak to crush you nor to make you tremble, but to open your eyes to show you clearly the nature of the path so many walk upon. The enemy's road begins soft, lined with roses full of laughter and sweet promises, but at its end there are only thorns, only chains, only tears. By contrast, my road may seem narrow at the start, may require surrender, may call for sacrifice, but in the end it opens to unfading glory, to true freedom, to joy no one can take away. This is the truth every soul must know, must weigh, must choose. My child, you cannot stand between two roads and remain safe. There is no neutral ground in the battle of light and darkness. Whoever does not gather with me is scattered. Whoever does not belong to me is already against me. Do not think you can drink from my cup and the enemy's cup at the same time. Do not think you can walk in the light while holding darkness in your heart. Light and darkness cannot coexist. Fire and water cannot be one. I call you out from them. Call you to set yourself apart, call you to touch no unclean thing. When you do this, I will receive you. I will be your father, and you will truly be my child. This is not an empty promise, but an eternal covenant from my heart to yours. You must decide for yourself whom you will serve. No one can decide for you. No service is meaningless, no neutrality lasts. Every soul chooses a kingdom to belong to. The enemy's kingdom is built on rebellion, pride, and selfishness, and ends in heavy chains. But my kingdom is built on love, on sacrifice, on truth, and ends in freedom. The enemy's kingdom ends in burning fire, in darkness, and eternal sorrow. But my kingdom ends in radiant light, in overflowing joy, in unending life. These are two kingdoms, two paths, two destinies, and you must choose. My child, this is why I call to you urgently. This is why my word reaches you like a hammer at the door, like a trumpet, awakening like a flame, burning away illusions. I do not want you lulled to sleep by empty promises. I do not want you swept along by the crowd, mocking my ways. Do not fear them. Do not fear their threats. Do not let their laughter weaken you. Their day is coming, the day when truth will uncover everything hidden. Their laughter will be silenced. Their boasting will turn to dust. Turn your eyes away from them. Do not look at their glitter and think it is true glory. Do not listen to their mockery and let your heart grow weak. Remember, everyone who mocks the truth will face the truth. Everyone who scorns the light will be exposed by the light. Do not let your heart waver, for I have stood there. I have overcome. I have opened the way for you to enter life. You only need to choose. You only need to turn back. You only need to say yes to me. Beloved child, when you return, I will receive you without hesitation, without condemnation, without rejection. I do not look at your past with disgust. I look at your soul with mercy. No matter how far you have gone, no matter how many times the darkness has deceived you, I still love you, still wait for you, still hold out my arms. I do not call you to cast you down, but to lift you up. I do not warn you to frighten, but to save you. These are the words of a father, the call of love. Therefore, my child, stay awake. Do not let yourself slip into dangerous compromise. Do not think that a little darkness will do no harm. Darkness, however, small is still darkness. Poison, however little, is still poison. Set yourself apart for me. Keep your heart pure. Choose the light, even if it costs you. The price you pay for truth now is small compared to the price you will pay for deception later. My path may be narrow, but it is sure. My path may call for surrender, but in the end, it leads to unspeakable joy. Rise up, my child. Do not delay. Do not think you have time. Do not think you can play with darkness and still keep the light. Come out from them, return, take my hand, and when you do, you will see chains fall off, fear vanish your soul, return to freedom. You will see the darkness no longer hold power over you. You will see the true light shine brighter than every false light. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. This is the hour of decision. This is the moment you stand at the crossroads. This is the turning point that will shape the future of your soul. Do not let it pass you by. Do not let my words be nothing but an echo in your ears. Let them become a fire within you, a flame guiding you out of the night. Choose me, choose life, choose the light. My kingdom stands open before you. Do not be afraid, do not hesitate. You belong to me, and I am waiting for you. My beloved child, listen deeply to every word I speak to you, as cool water sinking into parched earth. You are not a fragile spark lost in the night. You were created to shine with brilliance like the rising sun after a long, dark dawn. In my kingdom you will shine forever, no longer fearing the darkness, no longer drawn by lies or doubt. But to reach that place, my child, you must hold fast to me, cling to the truth as a climber grasps the single rope that keeps him from the abyss. Though the path may be rugged and the storms may rise, my hand will never release yours. Do not let weariness melt your resolve. Do not let despair sever your hope. This struggle is but a fleeting moment of night before the dawn, a single breath before life rushes in. Yet the reward I have prepared for you is endless, unfading, beyond theft or loss. My child, I know every step you take, every tear you shed. I see the silent fears no one else perceives. I hear the questions you whisper in the night, the cries that choke in your heart, the deep longings you dare not reveal to anyone. I see the battles you are facing, not only the outward ones, but the quiet wars within your soul. I see the temptations creeping toward you like the shadow of night, the subtle snares laid before you to bring you down. But my beloved child, I am greater than all these things. There is no trap I do not know, no temptation. I do not recognize no power of darkness that can overcome my light. You need only trust me. Lean on me as a child rests its head upon a parent's shoulder. Call on me when your strength is gone, when you believe you cannot go any further. Let your cry rise to me like a bird soaring free from the storm. I will hear, I will answer, I will lift you up. I will never leave you alone, I will never abandon you to fear. I do not merely stand outside and watch. I walk with you step by step on this very path. When you pass through the fire of trial, you will not be burned, for I am the cool water surrounding you, the peace quenching the heat of suffering. When you pass through the deep waters of affliction, you will not drown, for I am the hand lifting you up the vessel, carrying you through the raging waves. My beloved child, I shelter you beneath my wings as a mother bird spreads her feathers to protect her young from the storm. In the shadow of my wings you will find a refuge untouchable, where no enemy can draw near, where the storm outside becomes but a distant echo. Do not let deceitful voices make you forget that you are never alone. Though all around you seems to crumble, I stand unshaken. Though you feel weak, I remain strong. Though you think you have nothing left, I am your everything. Do not look upon your own imperfection and fear. Look instead upon my completeness and be at peace. You may think yourself small, but in my eyes you are a precious jewel beyond replacement. You may feel tested beyond your strength, but I will never allow you to bear more than you can endure. You may feel alone, but I am nearer than your very breath, closer than your silent heartbeat. Do not doubt my love, for it does not rest on your merit or worthiness. It rests upon me, the Eternal One, the Unchanging One, the one who chose to love you before the world was formed. Therefore, my child, stand firm. Rise when you fall. Keep walking, even if only one small step at a time. Let me lead you through the long nights, through the unseen battles. Do not be ashamed of weakness. Bring that weakness to me, and I will transform it into strength. Do not fear your tears. Let them fall into my hands, where they will become rain, refreshing your soul. I do not promise that this road will be free of storms, but I promise you will never walk it alone. I do not promise to remove every hardship at once, but I promise my strength will be sufficient for you at every moment. I do not promise you will never feel fear, but I promise my presence will turn that fear into courage. And I do not promise you will never feel weak, but I promise that in your very weakness, my power will be made perfect. My child, when you are lost in darkness, remember, my light never goes out. When you are weary, remember I am your inexhaustible strength. When you tremble, remember I am your fortress. When you feel alone, remember I am your refuge of peace. You may not see me, but I am there. You may not hear my voice, but I am speaking to your heart in ways you cannot yet perceive. You may not feel me, but I am holding you. So pause, my beloved child, take a deep breath, and remember you belong to me. You do not have to fight alone. You do not have to find your own way. You do not have to save yourself. I am your strength, your way, your salvation. Simply take hold of me, trust me, and walk forward one day at a time. You will not be abandoned. You will not be swallowed by the darkness. You will not be defeated, for the reward prepared for you is not a fleeting seat, but eternal glory, unfading light, and unchanging love. Do not forget, my child, though this world may change and all you see may collapse, I remain the Eternal One, your refuge and your shelter. You are my child, and no one can snatch you from my hand. You may pass through fire, but the flames will not consume you. You may wade through waters, but the floods will not overwhelm you. You may walk through storms, but the tempest will not strike you down. For I am the one who walks with you today, tomorrow, and forever. My beloved child, let the words I speak today flow into your thirsty soul like a clear living stream. Do not fear those who surround you. Do not tremble before their schemes. Do not be swayed by the whispers of the dark. Those who follow the evil one may gather like mighty armies, may plot your downfall, may weave snares around you, but their power is as night before dawn, as mist vanishing in the sunlight. When you are in me, they cannot touch your soul, they cannot destroy what I keep. Though they weave their poisonous traps, their nets will shatter before your eyes. Though they pour out curses, their words will return upon their own heads. For I, who hold all power in heaven and on earth, have placed my hand upon you. I have promised to protect you, and my word never fails. My child, this is my eternal promise. If you choose me, choose the light, choose the truth, choose life, then nothing can destroy your soul. Stand firm and resist the evil one. When he sees you standing in my light, he will tremble and flee, for darkness cannot dwell with light. Draw near to me, and I will draw near to you. Humble yourself under my hand, and at the right time I will lift you high, setting you in a place of peace, untouchable by the enemy. You will walk among snares and not be harmed. You will cross deep pits and not fall. You will move through danger and remain unharmed. For I am the one who goes before you, the one who stands behind you, the one who guards you on both sides and strengthens you from within. Remember, my child, the world and the darkness can only promise what is temporary, but I give you what is eternal. The evil one cannot give you life, cannot grant you peace, cannot offer you true freedom. All it shows are illusions vanishing like foam on the shore. But I am the inexhaustible spring. I am your Redeemer, your solid rock, your unshakable fortress. When you stand upon me, though the storms rage, you will not be moved. Though the earth trembles, you will not fall. Do not merely hear my words, engrave them on your heart. Live them out each day. Choose life whenever you face decisions. Choose truth when temptation calls. Choose light when darkness lurks. Choose me in every situation, and you will find rest for your soul, a peace unshakable, a peace not bound by circumstance, a peace beyond human understanding. Be steadfast to the end, and you will be saved, for I never forsake those who belong to me. You will see these promises fulfilled in your life, not only in some distant future, but here and now, in every breath you take, in every step you walk. I know you are weary. I know you have doubted and trembled, but it was I who called you out of darkness into light. It was I who kept you through nights that seemed endless. You have not survived by your own strength. It was I who upheld you every moment. One day you will look back and see how I rescued you. See clearly each moment. My hand shielded you. Each time I delivered you from snares you never even saw. And you will say within your heart, the Lord warned me, I listened, and I was saved. That realization will become a flame of faith, lighting your way through even greater trials. It will make you trust me more, grow stronger, and be ready for the greater things I have prepared for you. My child, I am not a distant concept. I am your Father, your protector, your guide, your deliverer, both when you call out and when you do not even know you need help. I am the shield, deflecting every poisoned arrow aimed at you. I am the fortress no enemy can breach. Run to me. My child, hide under my wings, and you will know peace, like a child resting in its parents' arms, unafraid though the storm roars outside. Do not believe the enemy when it whispers that you are alone. My angels surround you like a ring of fire. My word guides you like a lamp lighting your path. My spirit within you is a gentle wind, comforting and leading you. My love wraps around you like a cloak no one can tear away. No weapon formed against you can succeed while you dwell in my presence. Remember, my child, you are not fighting alone. All of heaven fights with you. Stand in me and watch the enemy fall before you, unable to touch your soul. I have loved you with an everlasting love, a love unchanging, unfailing, and unconditional. You are more precious in my sight than all the treasures of this world. Your name is engraved upon the palms of my hands. No one can snatch you out of my grasp. It is because I love you that I warn you, because I love you that I call you, because I love you that I open the way for your return. Listen and live, trust and be safe, obey and walk in peace. My hand rests upon you as a seal of assurance. My spirit burns within you as an unquenchable flame. My angels encircle you as a mighty host of guardians. My word leads you as the pillar of fire and the pillar of cloud once guided my people through the wilderness. My love will never depart from you, no matter where you go, no matter what you face. Listen and live, obey and be secure. Walk with me and receive eternal life. Those who follow the evil one will at last descend into hell, for that is the place they have chosen, but those who follow me will dwell forever in my house. This is the unchangeable truth, the unfailing life, the promise I give you now. Do not merely let these words pass by your ears, but receive them as precious jewels. Let them become life to your soul, strength to your spirit, and light to guide your steps. My child, in all things do not be afraid. I am the one who loved you before you knew me. I am the one who chose you before you chose me. I am the one who saved you before you called my name, and I will remain the same forever. Believe this, inscribe it upon your heart, and you will walk in light, in peace, and in eternal life which no one can take from you. Beloved, life does not split open at some noisy crossroads as you might imagine. There is no grand signpost pointing to heaven, nor a road paved in red bricks leading to hell. Choices rarely unfold amid ringing bells or dazzling temptations. Life or death often comes quietly. It arrives in the morning when you choose to pray or to sleep a little longer. It arrives at midday when you decide to restrain your anger or release a bitter word. It arrives at night when a single small action can lift your soul upward or pull it one step deeper down. I have spoken today. I set before you life and death, blessing and curse. Choose life. Yet my child, life is not a feeling. It is a choice, repeated, silent, steady, and so is death. No one dies spiritually from a single fall. People die because they choose not to turn back, not to stop, not to listen day after day, little by little. When you choose compromise, when you choose ease, when you choose to avoid truth to preserve comfort, you are not living. You are drifting. And you know what lies at the end of that current, the abyss. True life is when you dare to swim upstream, to resist your feelings in order to follow the light. It is not easy, but it is life. And I am there in the midst of the waters, waiting for you, guiding you, lifting you with every stroke. I tell you of someone you may have overlooked, Demas. He once walked with Paul the Apostle, once preached the word, once was named in the epistles. But one day Paul wrote, "Demas has forsaken me because he loved this present world." Do you see? There was no thunderous betrayal, only a love for the world creeping in bit by bit. Perhaps it was an unyielded desire, a dream unoffered, a sense of wasting time with God, and then he left. No one noticed. Yet spiritual death came quietly like that. I tell you this not to frighten you, but to awaken you, for I know if you can still hear these words today, you are not dead. The greatest death is to no longer see your need for life. But if you still sense you are drifting, then you can still turn back. You have the power to choose. No matter how steeped in mistakes your past has been, no matter how yesterday overflowed with tears, you still have the right to choose again. Life is always waiting. It does not demand perfection, only faithfulness in the small choices. I see you each day in the unnoticed moments. When you are about to give up, yet whisper, "Lord, help me." When you want to lash out, but choose silence. When you want to quit, yet still open the scriptures though your eyes are weary. These choices, small to the world, are to me a triumph over darkness. For the one who is faithful in little, I can entrust with much. Understand this, my beloved, you cannot choose once and be secure forever. Life must be chosen every day. Like a gardener, you cannot water once and expect flowers to bloom endlessly. You must choose life on dry days, when your heart burns with hurt, when everything seems against you. It is in those moments that life truly becomes life. It is then that your faith truly bears fruit. And if you choose life today, only today, I promise you I will walk with you. You need not rush, you need not make dramatic changes. I only ask for one small nod of the heart. From that nod I will rebuild your soul, heal your wounds, and make you a living one in a dying world. For living is not merely breathing. Living is when your heart knows where the light is. Living is when you still hear my voice and choose to keep listening. And if you are hearing now, then there is still time. Choose life, today. Beloved child, now lift up your soul, cast off every burden from your heart, and let your most sincere prayers rise like fragrant incense before me, Almighty God. Creator of all things, I bow in trembling and gratitude. I see my smallness amid the sea of humanity, yet you still call my name, lift me up, and lead me away from the path of destruction. Grant me eyes to see the truth, strong feet to walk the narrow way despite its hardships. Guard my lips from harmful speech, my heart from anger, my hands from seeking revenge, that I may entrust my life entirely to you, the righteous judge who loves without weariness. Merciful Creator who knows the deepest places of my heart, I know I am unworthy but still called out of darkness. Uphold me when I am weak, guide me through ridicule, mockery, and threats. Place within me a steadfast flame of loyalty, so that though the narrow way demands sacrifice, I may walk firmly to the end, and nothing in this world may steal the faith and hope you have sown. Gentle shepherd, I hide beneath your arm as a lamb returning to the flock. The world is in turmoil and evil voices abound, but I believe you are my lamp, my staff, my refuge. Grant me peace amid the storm, a heart tender yet courageous, knowing when to keep silence, when to step back, that I may avoid the snares of strife while standing firm in you. Loving Father, I have heard your call out of the crowd away from the broad road that leads to ruin. I tremble before trials, but please hold my hand tight. Help me to look beyond the glittering deceit of the wicked to see their end and keep my heart pure. Give me strength to love instead of hate, to bless instead of curse, and to live as a witness of your light in the darkness of this world. O source of life, I thank you for calling my name among the masses, for opening my eyes to the way of life. I am grateful that you have not hidden from me the trials to come, but have warned me so I may be prepared. I thank you that though I am weak, you still uphold me and patiently guide me step by step. Kind Father, I thank you that none of my tears are wasted, that none of my prayers fall into emptiness, for you have kept them in your precious vessel. I thank you for turning every loss into a lesson, every sorrow into strength, every trial into an opportunity for me to grow in faith. O Most High, I am grateful that you have not abandoned me in the storm, have not allowed me to fall under threat, nor be swept away by the false powers of this world. I thank you for opening a way of escape and granting me a peace the world cannot give. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that together we may build a strong community of faith.